Hello, my name is Rashid and I'm a chemist here at Circle Prosco. Today I wanted to review the simple titrations used to control a zirconium-based steel coat pre-treatment process provided by Circle Prosco. So today we'll be doing two titrations. First the cleaner and then the zirconium-based bath, which is steel coat. So every cleaner for each customer is a little bit specified for their facility parameters. So I'm just going to take a general alkali based cleaner and I'm going to titrate it the way that we do with our customers. So first I collect a sample of the working solution from the system, and then I want to pull out approximately 10 milliliters and then add it to 100 milliliter water solution, and it can be DI or RO depending on what you have in your facilities. And then after that I give it a little swirl here. Then I will take a pH indicator, in this case phenolphthalein, and I will add 2 or 3 drops to it. And you can see here that after I put the drops in, I get this nice brilliant pink. I'll stir it around to let it all mix in there like that. And once I have my solution ready, I will go ahead and do the titration with 0.1 normal sulfuric acid in this case, but you could also use HCl or whatever you may have. So I'll begin it, putting a little bit in while I'm going, giving it a swirl. And there we go. So then what I would do is I would record the volume used in order to bring it to a neutral pH. And I can see here that that is 3.4 milliliters. So now that I have that titration volume, I could take that and look at a sheet that Circle Prosco would provide you to tell you exactly what your cleaner concentration is. Then with further documentation provided by Circle Prosco, you could see what add you would need to make to your system, either by way of a water or more cleaner, in order to adjust your cleaner concentration. Okay, thank you. We'll move on to the zirconium next. And now we're back. So the next titration we're going to go over is how to control the zirconium-based zirconium pre-treatment bath at Circle Prosco. So just like we did with the cleaner, we're going to get another sample of the working solution. Now the working solution of our steel coat is mildly acidic, so we're going to titrate it with the sodium hydroxide, a 0.1 normal. So I will now collect approximately 25 mils of the steel coat and then add that to approximately 100 milliliters of DI or RO water, again whatever you have in your facility. Let it get all the way down in there to that last drop. I'll give it a little stir, and now we'll be using a pH indicator, but not phenolphthalein like last time. So what we'll do here is that we'll take a M Crescel Purple and we'll do the same thing, and we will add 2 or 3 drops again. 1, 2, 3, and then we will stir it up. And as you can see, we now have a nice yellow. Now there's two ways to test Circle Prosco's steel coat, zirconium-based solution, and that is either by color with pH indicator or with pH meter. And so what we will do here is that we will now start to titrate it with our 0.1 normal sodium hydroxide, and we'll be looking for a color change with our indicator and or with a pH meter, an end pH of 8. So let's begin. So we continue to stir, waiting. Bringing it back. Now the advantage of the pH meter is that we can see when we're getting close to our endpoint versus the pH indicator, which you're doing it by sight, sometimes a little bit more difficult to identify. But still both very effective for either type of laboratory. You can see here now we're starting to get a little bit of a change. It's getting a little bit darker, a little bit more rustic type of a yellow color, and we'll see that continue to change as we get closer to the end point. We're moving into a purple, and that's where we really know we're getting close to our end point. And we're on right there. Let's see. And now we can see we have a slight purple endpoint here, or an endpoint of our pH here. So now what we can do is the same way we isolated our cleaner concentration. We record our volume. In this case, 11.2 milliliters. The same way that you would understand the concentration of a working solution of Circle Prosco's cleaner, you do the same thing with the volume of the titrant that you used for our steel coat. Go back to the manuals that CPI provides to you with respect to volume and concentration, and understand how much you would need to add one way or the other to increase or decrease your overall concentration of your working systems. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you.